50% masking.
Yeah, I feel like in Chicago, we were a lot more loosey-goosey than anywhere else I experienced or heard about. Hi, everybody, we're streaming. Like when I went to LA, Chicago was all like, it's a free for all. It's all good. No masks anywhere. Who gives a shit? It's fine. And people were still like full, like they had just gotten out of lockdown, and it was just weird to me how lax Chicago is compared to everybody else.
I mean, I think it's strange. Like here in New York, when we had like peak pandemic, like for real, just like refrigerator trucks for morgues outside of every hospital.
Right.
Like, do you know how many hospitals there are in New York? And every single one of them had multiple refrigerator trucks for overflow morgues. These are the best
Seriously.
hospitals in the world.
Right.
And if you go in, you're gonna fucking die. You would still see, and I'm not just talking about crazy people, but like just regular people with like absolutely no intention of putting a mask on.
That's fun.
Yeah. Like I can get before things got bad, people having that attitude. I can get like after vaccination, people being like, listen, I really want this to be over. So I just want to believe what I want to believe.
Sure.
But like seriously, we were like at the fucking part of the roller coaster where you are plummeting at a million miles an hour.
Hmm.
And there's
I got into a really bad argument with a straight edge friend of mine who thought that masks were fucking stupid because the CDC couldn't make up their mind on whether they worked or not. This is like at the height of when it was the worst.
well, the CDC did a terrible job
They
of
did the worst
messaging.
job, but they had pivoted and were like, okay, yeah, wear masks. And he was like, well, I don't believe it because they said not to wear masks before. Dude, what's the worst that can happen if you're wearing a mask? Everybody is fucking dying. Just wear the fucking mask.
It's
Anyway,
yeah, it's crazy, right? I mean, whatever, like the CDC like really they fucked us hard because they should have just said very clearly. They sort of said it, but then they didn't say it. There's not enough for doctors who need this as frontline workers, so
yeah,
don't go out and get it yourself. And
right.
then they dropped that and they were telling you like some bullshit like you don't need it, it's fine.
Anyway, let's clap this in.
Woo! Woo, 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 woo,
Oh,
woo. Ow, ow. That's my impersonation of a didgeridoo.
oh, that's really good.
Oh. I just made that noise with my mouth.
What? That's crazy.
What's going on, guys? It's On Fire Tonight with Josh and Tressa, and we are going to talk about season 1, episode 8, final episode of Outer Range.
Yep, I'm Tressa.
Oh, hey, what's up, Tressa? Nice to meet you. I don't think we know each other.
No, we do. It's fine.
Oh. What's up, guys? I am the unnamed podcaster, he who cannot be named.
That's right.
I'm joined by the fabulous host, Tressa. Hostess, Tressa.
No,
Do you
that's right.
prefer host or hostess?
Host, I guess.
The host with the most.
That's right.
Wait, you could be ghost or ghostess.
Is
Did
that
you
true?
why not?
I want to be a ghostess then.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I used to live in a haunted house that had a ghostess.
Was it one of the haunted houses that they charged like $50 to go through, or was it just a house that had ghosts in it?
It was a house that had ghostesses in it.
Ugh, it's boring.
Huge tits.
Was it like that one scene in Ghostbusters where she would undo your fly every night and give you BJ's?
That scene, I'm so glad you brought up that scene,
Oh,
because in the greater context of that movie,
mhm.
it does not make sense.
Nope. No,
It just
it doesn't fit
happens.
either. It
It doesn't
sucks.
fit with anything else in the movie,
No.
but is playful and silly,
Hmm.
and it it doesn't ruin the movie, I guess, but it's such a fucking weird, it's like a backward stitch.
I hated it. I've always hated it.
Have
It's
you
the
hated it?
worst. Ugh, hated it. Gross.
Oh, because you, of course, hate all human sexuality.
That's correct.
And so when extended to
The other world,
the other worlds,
the afterlife. Dear God, I have to think about it then too. Jesus
dear
Christ.
God, it's me, Tressa, and I hate ghost blowjobs.
I mean, I think that's a fair opinion to have. Ghost blowjobs, come on.
I mean, uh, I don't know. So it's been a little while since I've watched that movie in its entirety.
Mhm.
I love that movie.
I can't watch it anymore. When you have a small child and you love that movie as a kid, you have to show that child that movie, and then they will watch it many times. And you realize that it's kind of a fucked up movie, and
Is
then you
it?
don't, it kind of is.
How so?
Well, Venkman is a total asshole and a total dickhead, and he
Yes.
has like
Yes, but that was
weird,
clear to me even as a kid. He was like we get introduced to him where he's torturing the guy who actually has ESP in order to hit on the girl.
right, but in the 80s, he's like jerk, he's the lovable jerk that you're like, he's funny, so I like him.
Right.
And now he's just a jerk. And also, he's got weird date rape drugs with
What?
him when he goes to see Sigourney Weaver.
Wait, are you, please refresh my memory because I have no memory of this.
He goes to see first date. He finally gets a date with Sigourney Weaver. He
Right.
goes to her place. She is possessed.
Right.
He's
There is
like,
no Dana, only Zool.
right, no problem. He's got a ton of drugs in his bag. He's just gonna knock her out.
I don't remember that at all. So, okay, is it like I've got a bag full of party drugs because I'm a party guy, or I've got a bag of date rape drugs because I'm a fucking sociopath?
I don't remember what drug he has. He mentions it when he calls headquarters, and I think he says he shot her up with it. But he's got like a medicine bag with him. I don't know. He just had it with him. I don't know.
Okay,
It
so
was creepy. Why did no? It
uh,
wasn't a party thing. It was creepy.
okay, wait, I I haven't watched that super recently, but I do want to think about this for a second. So our main guys, the Ghostbusters, are they're scientists. They might be medical doctors as well as paranormal researchers.
Could be.
So it wouldn't be out of the realm. Like they're experts. They're high level scientific experts within the context of their character. So it wouldn't be totally out of the realm of normalcy for a medical doctor to have medical drugs or a ghostbuster to have like ghost knockout drugs.
Ghost knockout drugs.
I don't know. I don't know. Doesn't sound good.
I'm gonna see if that scene is on YouTube.
You're gonna
You
watch it right now?
yeah,
Should I do the same?
yeah, we'll talk about it.
Wait, can you put it on screen so we can watch it behind us? Is that a thing that's possible?
No,
Okay.
I'll get shut down.
Shutting it down. All right, I'm gonna simultaneously look for this thing
Drugs,
somehow. What's my
drugs. What's Sigourney Weaver's name in that movie?
Dana?
Dana. Duh, no Dana, just Ghoul. You heard. Nope, that's not it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, he's got some flowers walking down the hall. Some nice lighting in that scene. Nope, that wasn't it. How's everybody doing tonight? Oh, look, there we are live on my YouTube channel. Did Peter really take Thorazine on his date with Dana? Let's see what this video says. It's 7 minutes long.
She says she's the gatekeeper. I just whacked her up with about 300 cc's of Thorazine. She's going to take
Okay,
a little nap now.
yeah, 300 cc's of Thorazine.
She says she's
Josh, you there?
Yeah, I'm watching Dana levitate over the bed. I don't know if I clicked the right one.
No, I think it's a scene right after that,
Okay.
but I couldn't find that exact scene. Nope.
I just whacked her up with about 300 cc's of Thorazine. She's going to take a little nap now. But she says she's the gatekeeper. You know what she says to you?
So you found it.
No, I found somebody else put it in their
Hmm.
video talking about it. I'm not going to sit here and watch the whole video though.
Okay.
Hey, there I am now. Yay. Okay,
What's that?
nothing. So anyway, we're here
Yeah.
to talk about what?
Outer range.
What?
Outer range to the tune of chocolate rain.
Yep, that's the theme song.
I hope we don't get a cease and desist from Tazon Day.
Me too. But attorney letters. So yeah, let's talk about the show that we watched and then we couldn't talk about, and then we tried to talk about it, and then we had to stop talking about it.
Yeah. Okay, so Outer Range is an amazing show.
Yep.
So far, we only have one season.
I'm gonna be so mad at you if there's only one season.
Listen,
I'm gonna
you
mail
you can't get mad at me for the following things: a global pandemic. You can't get mad at me for lots of A-list actors being in demand and having other projects. You can't get mad at me at whether or not that show is popular enough to have the power to come back.
Okay, but
It's a good show. they leave us with unanswered questions in this
High and
episode.
dry, hanging.
I mean, they answer some things, but then they create new questions in doing so.
Create new questions, and also just, I need to see how the rest of this plays out. Like, regardless if they're unanswered questions, I need to see this play out.
Yeah, I want answers.
We've seen some of the future, and I think we get the gist of a lot of things that have gone on. But not happy about it.
Right. So like we've seen other characters go to the future. As far as I know, no one has traveled to the past. The past goes into the future and may or may not.
Like real-time travel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So let's just start it
Oh,
off.
wait. That's not true, though.
Well, what?
Because Sheriff Joy.
But Sheriff Joy. Okay. So at the beginning of this episode,
Mhm.
Sheriff Joy is on her way out to Frank's ranch. Frank is the like political
French.
power.
Long-time listeners.
Longtime listeners and super fans alike love my secret recipe for salad dressing that's never existed anywhere. But
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you a hint. It's called French.
It's delicious.
So Frank is like a political operative. Joy sort of has needed to kiss his ring to get support for her bid to run for sheriff in a permanent way. Or I don't know how often the elections for a county sheriff happen, but whatever. She wants the job. So he's a real weirdo. He reports to her, what are you doing about the real problems, aka mastodons and evil teens?
Now I need to know more about the evil teens, because I don't think that was touched on.
Yeah, he just slips that in a conversation last time, like when he sat down at their private family lunch, kept saying, I gotta
burritos.
go, but getting closer.
I'm
Which
gonna
is
let
an
you eat. I'm gonna
It's
let
an
you eat. It's
amazing
fine.
move. It's such a mind fuck. Like, hey, I gotta go as he sits down.
Taking off my jacket.
Yeah.
So I'm leaving right now. But
Yeah, he might as well have like brought his own plate of food over, sat it down with them, and started eating.
can I get a
while
coffee,
talking.
please? Yes, I'm gonna leave right now, but I need a coffee.
You know what? That flourless chocolate cake that you have to order ahead of time. I'm just gonna put the order in now. I can't talk. I gotta go.
I'm leaving, but I have to. It's a souffle.
So she promises to go check out whatever nonsense it is that he's talking about. On her way to his place, she spots what can only be described as a mysterious black stream that we both believe to be some version of the time dust / time goo that lives in the earth. It's kind of like neither a solid nor a liquid nor a gas. And
yep, it's like, never mind. Yep, keep going. It looks
what?
like, no, I was gonna repeat myself and I don't want to. It kind of looks like gunpowder, but also a liquid sometimes. And also, yep, it's weird junk, all right.
Right. And sometimes it just looks like you're looking at the Milky Way.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like
it's magic time dust.
It's magic time dust or magic time stream. So she gets out of her car. She starts walking through the woods following this, which is like kind of a weird thing for her to do anyway, because I mean, she's investigating just like there's weird shit going on, which is like,
Well, she
She's-
obviously like she went there to talk to him and she couldn't find him. And then she sees that. So she's like, that's weird. Let's see what this this will take me to. Because I thought it was gunpowder at first for a very, very long time because I forgot about time dust. Maybe she thought it was gunpowder. I don't know. She thought it was weird. So she had to check it out.
It's interesting that you forgot about time dust during this show.
Yeah, it's fun, right? Like I
Right.
can watch the same thing over and over again and totally forgot that I saw it. It's fun.
I now have that also. I like I guess I had a lobotomy and I
I
had
think we
forgotten
all
about it.
did. I think they gave us some sort of what's it called? My memory sucks. You
Is
know,
it
one of those
300 cc's of Thorazine?
Yep.
What, by the way, what is Thorazine? Do you know?
It's
It's a zine about Thor.
yes, obviously.
It's a distributed photocopied magazine,
Yep.
handwritten and drawn
Uh-huh.
about the Norse god Thor.
Yeah.
Thorazine.
Come on. It's fanfic. They just had to keep it on the down low because they didn't want to get sued. They didn't want those attorney letters like we always get.
Wait, sued by the Norse
Marvel.
gods?
No. I mean, yes, by the Norse gods. Who else would sue them? Not Stan Lee or anything.
I don't think Marvel owns Norse gods.
Are you sure? Because
I don't
they're
know. I don't know.
Marvel.
I'm not a lawyer, but I don't
I
think
mean,
so.
I'm pretty sure they do.
I think that all world mythology like falls in fair use in public domain.
You know what? I'm not here to debate uh fair use and Norse gods with you right now. So if we could just move this along, Josh.
Yeah. So Sheriff Joy Hawk walks into the woods following what might be some gunpowder. Maybe she thinks that Guy Fawkes is going to blow up British House of Parliament, or
Yes.
who did he want to blow up? Remember, the 5th of November. What?
Nothing.
It's November.
I'm sure it is.
It's Guy
I have
Fawkes
a
night.
terrible memory.
So any whoosies. She's walking through the woods as one does. It's a beautiful day and she hears fucking thunder. It's not thunder though. It's like she looks around and sees the source of this incredible noise is a stampede of bison.
Miles long, easily.
Yeah, the kind that does not exist anymore.
That is correct, Josh.
It's because European settlers on this continent,
What they do?
they
Mm-hmm.
took it upon themselves
Yeah.
to wipe out buffalo in order
Mm.
to be assholes to Native Americans.
I'm sure they had a good reason.
Because they were being assholes.
Yeah, that's the one.
They were like, oh, let me kill your food source.
That's
what I'm into.
That. That's what we do. It's our thing.
Yeah. So anyway, she sees this thing that no longer exists in present day, and she marvels at it. And she walks further into the woods. And she sees something even crazier, which is like all these fucking buffalo grazing. And across the river from them, there's a whole massive village of teepees. And like Native Americans hunting them with bow and arrow. And like clearly what she's seeing does not exist in our time. So it either came into our time from the past, or she went into the past from our time.
I just assumed that she went back because that's a lot to bring here.
Well, you know what? We don't get an answer to that question.
We do not. It
So,
is dangling.
so that is just a fucking cool thing that we see happens.
That's right, Josh.
Uh, downtown
Mhm.
I think it's the town of Wabang.
Is that what it is?
I think that's the name. Anyway, whatever. In downtown, in like the very small sort of ghost, what do you call it? It's like a ghost town kind of thing.
The town they live in?
Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's like an abandoned old west town, except people live there.
it's not abandoned, Josh.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
So we see,
Cops live there. So many cops live there.
yeah, is very few people, almost all of them have to be cops based on the number of cops we've seen.
Hmm.
Just working in that tiny station together, like basically tripping over each other. Like, are
Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me.
they have to give each other piggybacks because there's just not room for everyone. It's like chicken fights all day
That
long.
that was a crazy episode. It was just chicken fights and piggyback rides the whole way through. And
You
then one
guys
of them
don't have to say Marco Polo, you're not in a pool.
yeah, you idiots.
Anyway.
Stupid cops.
So downtown, Autumn Rivers in her full red jumpsuit is like looking so tweaked out, right?
Yeah.
Like she looks, last time we saw her, she was like super high on her own like messianic ideas of herself. And she just looks like a speed freak.
Mm-hmm. But
So
she's high off of life.
Yeah, I think that's some really nice. If I could get those endorphins,
Yes, I would go crazy for that.
well, I don't know. I mean, it's like a total manic state, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we see her in a way that we never see anything in the show previously. The camera work does these like sort of fast zooms in to her and like a guy we've never seen before with like long hair and like a cool looking goatee type thing.
Yeah.
And he just looks super old westy. And
Yeah.
she's like, I need guns. He's like the pawn shop guy. He's like, we got them. And like
That was a great
it's
exchange.
really intense. So now this like, homegrown cult leader is armed. Royal raids the gun cabinet at home and he's driving around and we hear the like rodeo announcer guy being like, Rhett Abbott's up next. And he's like the descendant of a great champion. His father, Royal Abbott, was a rodeo champion, which we now know.
Yeah, we had no idea before.
And I don't know why that matters also. Like I don't know that much about rodeo. I don't understand the importance. I know that like Rhett pursues rodeo, like that's his dream is to be a rodeo star.
Right.
But like I just don't know that much about it.
It's, you know what? It's just, I don't know. I think it's just a thing. Like this has been something that I've been brought up on. This is my goal to be the best at this.
Right.
It's like if you were a football player or something.
Sure. I guess I just like I understand how football exists in a bigger context.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like our top rodeo riders like stars and like super rich the way top NFL players are.
Not that rich, but I mean, I think that in their community, they're probably really, I don't know.
Right.
Josh, I'm talking on my ass. I don't know.
Okay, so like everything that I know about rodeo comes from either a Garth Brooks song or a George Strait song. I've
Okay.
I've even been to rodeos. I've
And
been to more than one rodeo. But I don't know anything about it. I don't get it.
Josh, you have been to one. You have not participated. That's
I have not
different.
participated. I'm a total outsider.
Yeah, you're,
Oh my God, wait, can I tell you about going to
please.
okay, so I went to the Calgary Stampede when I was a kid, which is the world's biggest rodeo, and it's in Canada. And,
Ooh,
and that was just it's kind of like going to the world's biggest county fair. There's just like a lot of shit going on and like, you know,
livestock and
yeah, all that
horses and
stuff. Yeah,
mhm.
yeah, yeah. So that was kind of fun. And but I didn't like learn about rodeo, even though I watched some of it. And then years later, the very first time I saw anything in Madison Square Garden, it was
Shut up.
my friend, like a group of us got free tickets to professional bull riding at Madison Square Garden.
That's amazing.
So
Was
wait,
it amazing?
I have to tell you all about it. So first of
Please.
all, it's like it, you know, it just smells like horse shit
Right.
inside because like that's what's going on inside. There's like
Hmm.
horses and bulls, like, and it's just it smells like a fucking barn.
Yeah.
They're blasting heavy metal. There's like a sort of clown MC guy who's like doing his best to just keep the crowd entertained between rides and like whatever.
Yeah.
Our whole group is just chatting away, like marveling at everything that's going on. Some people like we're like we're adults. Some people who were like our age or older, like a couple, sat down in front of us in what looked like Christmas sweaters. And
Wait,
they were
what time
like,
of year is this?
I want to say it was in the spring.
Okay.
And they were sort of like they they were clearly really bothered by all of the distraction of us talking. And there was like I can't tell you how much this place is screaming at you. Like it
Yeah.
smells. There's
Uh-huh.
blasting heavy metal, and the
Mm-hmm.
MC clown guy, like he's not giving you important information that you need to follow. He's just like keeping the energy up.
Right.
And so like they got mad and tried to tell us to shut up. And like my default is always like, oh, I'm so sorry. And like someone else in the group was like, screw you. And so like they turned back around. And then like 10 minutes later, they were like, they turned around again because they were upset at the conversation happening behind us. And
Oh my God.
they asked us to shush them. And I'm not even kidding. The group behind us included the cowboy from the Village People. And we
How do you even know that? You can recognize that guy. He was just a cowboy.
Yeah, well, he also had done a bunch of like talking head interviews for pop culture shows on VH1, and I may have worked on some of those shows. So I had immediate facial recall for him. And so like literally
Oh.
everyone in our group was like, we are not going to shush the goddamn cowboy from the Village People under any circumstances. Go fuck yourself. And then we ended up hanging out with him and his friends, and like we all went out for drinks afterwards. You could not have met a like greater and more gracious human being, because at the end of this he'd met like all these new people. He knew all of our names.
Dude, he sounds fucking lovely.
He was lovely, but like the weirdest thing was this couple.
Yeah, what? Absolutely. I don't understand people that go to things like that and want you to shush.
Yeah.
I
Anyway, I'll send you a picture of us all with the cowboy from the Village People.
Yes,
I think,
please.
shit, was his name? I don't want to say the wrong name. Anyway, nicest guy ever.
We'll make it the image for this episode.
You'll have to blur out 17 faces.
Yeah, that's fine. It's art.
Yeah, so anyway, Rhett has like advanced to the next level of the rodeo, and he looks out and Maria's there, and she's back, baby. Like, we thought we
Smiling at
lost
me.
her. Yeah, that beautiful smile. Oh, oh my god. And
Royal comes barreling in.
right, and he like Rhett's about to get on the bull and do his ride, and like all these guys are like, you can't be here, you gotta go. And he's like, I gotta talk to my son, I gotta tell my son something.
He was unhinged. He was losing it.
So here's the thing, like, we've seen a little bit of like behind the scenes stuff at the rodeo before, and at no point has anyone ever been like, you can't be back here, to anyone.
They could just tell. He had a weird look in his eye.
Yeah, that's fair, he did.
And he was not well.
Do you want to tell the super fans what happens when he tries to tell Rhett what he has to tell him?
I don't remember. What are you talking about? He just is like, no, I just it's cool. I have a good ride, but also everything's fucked. Bye. Like,
no,
I
that's
don't
not
remember.
that's not what happened at all, you fucking idiot.
That's what I remember.
Okay, what happens is, like, after fighting with these guys who are holding him back, he's like, I gotta talk to my son. I gotta talk to my son. They're like, all right. They back off for a second. And he literally cannot speak. He's choking, like not dying, but like no words can come out of his mouth. And he like sort of makes like whimper noises.
He wants to. I feel like, yeah, I remember that now. It was as if he knew he shouldn't say anything, but he really wanted to.
Yeah, but like, what's going on there? Like, he's desperately trying to communicate and cannot. And so then they're like, all right, let me help you back out of this area. And he willingly goes.
Bad form, Royal.
Yeah, and then we see Amy, granddaughter Amy, walks down through the stands and is called to, and it's her mom, it's Rebecca, the woman who's been missing the entire time. And she's like, Mom, and runs to her and they hug.
That was wild. Like, okay, first time you saw that, did you, like, that couldn't possibly be her mom, right? There's something's going on, right? That can't possibly. It is. It's actually her mom.
It's her.
Wild.
And she's been gone. She's like, I'm sorry I had to go away. I'll explain it all to you later, but I need you to come with me now. And then Amy and Rebecca are gone. And Cecilia is like, where's Amy? Oh my God, Amy's missing. She goes up to a cop and she's like, you got to find Amy. And he's like, she probably just went to the bathroom. And she's like, no, she's gone. And it's like, she's having a full-on breakdown.
I mean, of course, she is losing her farm, ranch, whatever. Her son is going to missing, not even going to jail, missing.
Right. Her son is either going to prison for murder or we'll never see him again because he's just disappeared without a trace.
Royal's being weird as fuck.
Yeah.
And now she can't find her granddaughter, and she is not in the best place to deal with that. So she is losing it because she can't find her, and nobody will help her. Nobody will help her. That's it. It's fine. She's probably around here somewhere. You're at the rodeo.
What the
people-
fuck? Why are there all these cops in this town if they can't go search for a missing little girl? Like,
Because it's the rodeo, idiot. Wait, I was going to tell you about the county fair that I went to
yeah?
when I was a kid.
Uh-huh.
I only remember one. I'm sure I went to more than one, but they would have like little booths where you could see oddities and stuff, and that was my favorite part. And one was like, see the world's smallest horse, and there were
Uh-huh.
just like hay bales in front of, like, on top of this stage, and you would go up on the stage and look at the horse that's beyond the hay bales. So I'm like, oh, this is gonna be dope. This horse is probably standing like a foot tall. It's gonna be the smallest horse. This is gonna be amazing. I begged my dad to let me like go see it, pay the money, let me see it. This son of a bitch, he just had a colt sitting down behind the bales of hay. I was so mad.
What do you mean?
Like, it wasn't a horse that was just like this big. It was just a baby horse that was laying down.
It's a regular sized baby horse.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't it fun to see a baby horse though?
No, I wanted to see a tiny horse. I wanted to
Have you-
see a Barbie horse. What?
Have you ever seen guide horses for the blind who are allergic to dogs?
Yeah, they got little shoes so they don't mess up their hooves.
Amazing, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
You can buy a tiny horse.
Yeah. Yeah.
I went to a county fair this summer for the first time in many, many years.
Which
friend of-
county?
It's the Goshen Town Fair in Connecticut, which is like a friend of mine that grew up there. Like, she loves it to death. And actually, it's my friend Amy who introduced me to this show, who I want to shout out again. Thank you for getting me into this show. So she's like a super fan of that fair, and like has gone to it like every year since she was a kid and just loves it to death. Like, she loves the animals.
That's adorable.
She
I love it.
like all the snacks and things. So I competed in the apple fritter eating contest.
Oh my God, you don't even know how funny that is right now. Continue, and I will tell you when you're done.
I got a second place ribbon, baby.
Oh shit.
Prize winning competitive eater.
Damn. What did you get? What was your prize?
It was like the main thing for me was the ribbon, but they also, oh, whoops.
You're
Fuck.
good. Are you not? I can
No,
see you. I can hear you.
Sorry, I inadvertently triggered something. So where'd you go? There I am. Okay.
Okay.
So so here's what you do.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
give you a plate of apple fritters. It's not like who can eat the most apple fritters, which I was
Okay.
down for. It's who can eat, and it's, I forget if it was 3 or 4 apple fritters.
Yeah.
The fastest, with your hands behind your back.
Okay.
You have to completely chew and swallow, and then you put your hands above your head and you yell, "Goshen Town Fair." So you have to have a clear airway to be able to say that. So
Okay.
so I definitely had a photo finish with another guy, and the prize other than the ribbon is like tickets to go on rides, and he had a bunch of kids, and I was like, you won.
Mhm. But I want that fucking ribbon, dick.
If you look at the replay, I
Mhm.
may have been in the lead by a nose.
Can I tell you why that is so fucking hilarious?
Yeah, tell me why. Listen, I don't think of myself as a Joey Chestnut or a hero on that
Oh, who
level.
could ever? Who could
Right.
ever?
I just
Mhm,
it's an honor.
mhm.
It's an honor just to compete.
Of course, of course. So yesterday when you took that phone call in the middle of our stream, I was like, oh, I'll entertain the super fans with a story. And it started off with your world famous pie eating contest.
Wait.
Where you know that one, the one where you were eating and you were like a gentleman, so you had to use silverware and you were eating the pie so fast that you couldn't even see your hands. They were a blur and you were just going to town. And then like the sparks from the fork and the other fork and the pie tin created a fire. And that's how you came up with the name On Fire Tonight.
Improvised a made-up story about me in a competitive eating competition
Mhm. Yeah.
with no prior knowledge that I am indeed a recognized ribbon holding winner, second place winner.
You know, I just
Second place
felt
is
it.
first place for losers.
That's right.
um that's amazing. So your made up backstory for the title was like that the pie tin burst into flames from friction.
Well, from the metal hitting the metal, it was like flint. I don't know if that even makes sense, but and also when you put sparks on pie crust, it turns to fire. Everyone knows that. I don't know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. Hmm.
Is there
A doctor you can talk to, you idiot.
well wait, you know the band High on Fire?
Hmm.
Is there a parody band called Pie on Fire? Because
There
there
it is
should be.
now.
There should be. Really like I haven't listened to High on Fire in a long, long time, but I think that the time is right
Mm,
for
right.
Pie on Fire
Mm,
to take
yep.
their songs and rework them.
All into pastry
Yeah.
parodies.
Are you familiar with the Misfats?
I'm not.
Can you guess what they are?
Uh,
They are a Misfits parody band, and every song is about food, and they're just fat guys.
dig it.
Yeah. I don't know that they're that fat, but that's their shtick.
Right, right, right. What's the McDonald's one?
Oh, Mac Sabbath.
I think there's another one.
Oh, there could be. I don't know. I'm only aware of Mac Sabbath.
Anyway,
Anyway, yeah. So food parodies. Listen, no one does it like Weird Al. It's
come
great.
on. Of
It's
course not.
it's great that other people want to get in the game, and they should, and that's cool.
But you'll
Um,
never be Weird Al. Never. You fucking idiot.
does that mean that they shouldn't even
No, no,
bother?
no. Live your best life, but fuck you.
Wow, you're a real you're all or nothing.
Yep, I'm great.
Um, yeah. Here on Fire Tonight, we stan Weird Al harder than anything in this world.
That's right.
He recently played to a sold out audience at Carnegie Hall doing only original songs, not parodies.
What?
Yeah, how awesome is that?
That's pretty great. How great is that biopic gonna be?
Oh, I know. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it.
It's a
Although,
parody of a biopic. It's genius.
well, so like 10 years ago, there's that short video with Aaron Paul and Olivia Wilde as Madonna. Have
Okay.
you seen that?
I don't think so.
It's weird, the Al Yankovic story, and like Patton Oswalt as Dr. Demento.
Of course, yeah.
And it's just like a short video that's like a parody of a biopic of Weird Al. But the thing is, like this new one with Daniel Radcliffe, I was like, didn't they already do that? Like, and it was just like 2 minutes long and it was awesome.
You're gonna hate it. You're gonna be like, this could have been done in 2 minutes.
I always think everything
I
is
know.
too long.
I know.
I always think that there's room to remove, whatever. But I don't feel that way about like a Weird Al song or a Weird Al album. Like, I don't think less Weird Al is a good idea.
Never.
So I'm looking very forward to seeing that movie.
As am I.
Um,
So then, boy, oh boy, oh boy.
okay, so we're at the rodeo. Rhett has his ride. He does great, I think, from what
No,
I
he
from what I
does
surmise.
terrible. Right after he talks, right after Royal
Oh,
talks at him.
oh
he
yeah,
does
he
terrible.
fucks up his shoulder.
Yeah, real bad.
But he's not gonna be counted out.
Mm-mm.
He's gonna go for his next ride. Guy's like, you can't get on there like that. He's like, yes, I can.
Watch
And
me, bitch.
yeah, like, I mean, he was like puking.
Yeah. I forgot
He was
about
like so
that.
fucked up. So he pukes, and then you see him eat a handful of sand and swish it around with a can and spit it out just to get the puke out of his mouth. Which is, I've never seen anyone do that, but it looks so fucking badass.
I just thought he went insane for a minute. I didn't understand the dirt at all.
Yeah, for a moment, I was like, he has pica? How does this?
I got pica real bad all of a sudden right now.
Yeah, I just have to eat sand.
It's delicious.
So, yeah. Here we have our tough as nails, rodeo guy. He's not going to let this debilitating injury stop him from having what could be a real winning ride. He gets on, he holds on for dear life, and he fucking does it.
He fucking does it.
Like a champ.
Exactly like that.
Exactly 100%.
Like a champion, yes.
Like a champion.
And then he sees his lady friend and he's like, all right, let's get the fuck out of here. I'm leaving this town forever.
No, wrong. Again, you're
Oh,
wrong.
God damn it.
So everyone can just, if you have noisemakers who just want to hiss at Tressa, like hiss, shame, boo, etc., that's appropriate in this case. So what happens is, God, you're such a fucking idiot. What happens is he and Maria come face to face. She says, congratulations. And he simultaneously says, I love you. So now, of course, longtime listeners and super fans alike will understand that Tressa's brain disassociates at any expression of human kindness or love.
It's so true.
So yeah, literally Tressa substitutes, hey, whatever, man. Yeah, who knows? Instead of the real dialogue.
Okay, I was thinking about this the other day, and it's not entirely true. It's only true in heteronormative situations. Gay situations, I will memorize that shit and I love it.
Really?
Heteronorm, yes. Hate the head. You know what? It's gross. I don't make me think about you guys having sex. That's disgusting. But gay dudes.
Very interesting. So gay dudes, lesbians,
gay ladies, navies, babies. I'm all about it.
Oh, interesting. What if you have? I'm just gonna posit
a mental disorder. Yes.
Yeah, what if you have a mental disorder, you fucking idiot? Haven't you heard that gender is a dead concept. Like the construct is done.
Yeah, just like
Uh,
time. I'm not an idiot.
Yeah, time is done. So
Mhm.
time's up for you, buddy. Well, so if you have like you just don't like cis hetero expressions of love, but everything else is on the table.
Absolutely, yes.
Interesting.
It's boring. It's played out. It's been shoved down our throats since we were children.
Wait a second.
I
I think that you
don't
hold on a second.
care.
Hold on a
Yeah.
second. I
Yeah.
think that you have also shown a dislike for children and parents expressing love for each other.
Disgusting.
uh
No, that's better. It's just boring.
okay. I mean, it's all right.
I mean, maybe if the kids were gay, I'd be like, this is touching. But since they're all straight kids, I'm like,
Wait,
boring.
what if they're straight kids with gay parents?
Oh, I'm all into it.
What if, so as long as at least someone is not cis hetero,
Yeah, I'm all about it.
one or more people
Mm.
can be non-cis hetero,
Mhm,
and your heart opens up like
mhm.
the Grinch at the fucking end of the story.
Absolutely. They haven't gotten the representation, and I don't know why it touches me so much when they do.
Okay, I mean, can't there just be universal human experience? Listeners that don't see the video of Tressa just giving the thumbs down and then taking a drink like, well, fuck that.
Yep.
Okay, so anyway, Maria and Rhett,
Or like blah blah blah, whatever.
fucking monster. This show has real heart, and they are that heart. They are as much that heart as anything in this show, and you're like, blah blah blah, I can't hear you, blah blah blah.
Yeah, the boring part of the show. Go ahead. What they say.
So he's like, listen, let's just get out of here. Like, you and me will start fresh anywhere but here. And she's like, great. Yeah, okay. All right. Let's do it. That's what happened.
Yeah. Like I said, blah blah blah. Let's get out of here. Whatever. Bye.
Meanwhile, on the Tillerson Ranch.
Oh, what's happening at Tillerson Ranch? I don't
So
remember.
a couple things happen. Luke had tried to suffocate Wayne in his bed last episode
Okay, yeah.
with a pillow.
Which was
Billy
stupid.
came in, pulled him off of him. They fought. Luke was like, why sing about this? And then, so this episode, Billy, they're standing in front of a wall of taxidermied owls. There's like dozens of dead owls. And he's like, we named them, me and Dad named every one of them. And we have a long scene talking about the name of this one and that one. He's like,
Yeah.
you know what the name of that one was? He was my favorite, so we named him Luke after you. And then Billy hugs Luke and said, I know that you're mad that Dad is leaving everything to me, but as long as you don't try to kill him again, you can just have it all. And I'm fine with that.
That's a hard sell.
So Luke doesn't respond to that with any words, but like he's got a promise that he for what he wants. He was, prepared to do patricide, even though that would actually mean he would lose what he already has according to the unratified will.
Right, right, right.
So if Billy wanted to stand up for what was being left to him, what was meant to be left to him, they could fight it out in court, but like Luke would stand to lose his inheritance, not his inheritance. Like he currently lives at his dad's house and like
Right.
lives like a fucking prince because his family's super rich. So now killing your father when you know that nothing is being left to you just seems like the dumbest fucking it's not even selfish, it's self-defeating selfish.
He's what's he got to lose? I'm sure is what he's thinking.
I
He doesn't
guess.
care.
I don't know. Anyway.
You know what? He's pissed. He doesn't give a shit. He's pissed.
Well, he also just doesn't fucking get anything. Like
he's a fucking idiot.
He is an idiot, but he's also a realist. So like, Wayne is talking about this stuff and Billy understands that this stuff is not like it exists outside of time and space. It's like it's power. It's not just like there's a mother lode of gold to mine out of there.
Did he understand that before he found the hole and everything?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But I mean, by this point in the story, he knows it
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Autumn took him out to the hole, and he also, for unknown reasons, crushed Wayne's magic rock and ate the stuff inside. Yeah, Billy, you're a weird guy. I don't know what makes you tick. So, Luke just goes digging.
So like he saw the hole in the last episode, right?
Yeah, he saw it. He knew that there was like something of value there. He calls his mother and is like, I tried to kill dad. And she's silent. And he's like, did you hear me? And she's like, nope. No, I didn't hear you.
Good mom.
Yeah. He's like, there's something out here and it's going to make me rich. And she's like, go for it. Go get it. Dig it up. Like he and she are of the same mind. If it's a tangible thing and it's like a commodity that's like worth dollars and cents, that's the only thing that matters.
But he still has no fucking idea what it is.
Right. So he's digging and he strikes what might be oil, but it isn't. And he feels at it. And it's that super cool time goop.
Texas tea.
No, it's beyond Texas. It's Wyoming tea. It's and
time
then,
tea. Sorry, go ahead.
And then there's a thunderous noise. And out of the ground, like out of the dirt and time goop, buffalo charge out of that hole, a whole massive herd, and he somehow manages to avoid them, just like contorting himself in the hole and like trying to be making himself
small. Yeah, it was. And
they're just bursting out of it.
Yeah, it makes no sense. They are much larger than what that hole was. And this whole entire herd is coming out of like a 5 foot by 5 foot hole. And that's generous.
Yeah, and it's like a clown car of bison. There's just like an infinite number of them. There's hundreds of them.
Yeah.
Stampeding.
Yep. Meanwhile,
any one of which with just 1 foot should kill him.
Absolutely. 1 hoof to the head and he's dead. Ooh, that rhymed. Meanwhile, gunfight, Main Street.
Yeah, so Royal runs into Autumn and she says, yeehaw, real crazy and cool like.
Yeah, she does.
And Billy from off to the side fires on Royal. And now they're in a gunfight. They both get into their vehicles. That all three of them get into their vehicles ultimately. And they're chasing through the night with like, you know, a broken windshield, just firing through the broken windshield at each other.
It was like the Fast and the Furious in Wyoming. It was crazy.
Yeah, there was no one Tokyo drifting, but it was dope as fuck.
Yep, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
This could have used a little bit of Lil Bow Wow.
Absolutely. Some ludicrous even. Just doing the books and computers and stuff. They were
Yeah,
like crash it.
I love that Ludacris is he's like a super hacker.
Yeah. I love him so much.
Hey, have you had a Ludacrisp apple?
I saw it, but I did not have one. Have you?
Okay, buy it because
Is it
it's a
delicious?
brand new thing. No, it's
Yeah.
not. It's fucking weird. It tastes like juicy fruit gum.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah.
So it's
It
like
does
lemony.
So like juicy fruit, they've never, I was reading about it because of Ludacris apples.
Yeah,
They've never revealed what the flavor is, but
it's
it's
lemon.
sort of akin to like bananas and strawberries.
It's lemon.
I mean, whatever you
It's like
taste.
Fruit Loops. Like you're like, oh, look at all these different flavors of Fruit Loops, but they're all the same flavor, and that flavor is lemon. I'm saying it looks fun. It's just lemon. I love lemon, but it's just lemon.
All right, so Royal and Autumn and Billy are in this driving shootout. They're racing through the night, and there's a stampede of bison right next to them, and they're like, what the fuck? And
Oh no, no, no.
oh no,
no,
you're
no,
right.
no.
You're right. You're right. Okay. Sorry. That's wrong.
That is wrong. But Royal runs them off the road and they flip their truck multiple times.
Right. And Billy is not moving inside the truck when Royal goes to investigate, but Autumn has been thrown from it.
Wait, didn't he shoot Billy like a death blow or something? And that's how he got ran off the road?
Is that what happened?
Maybe. I feel like that's why he flipped the car. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know
Maybe.
if Billy's going to be back, but
yeah, I think Billy's dead, but I don't know that.
yeah. Royal goes to finish the job on Autumn. He's gonna kill her because fuck that bitch.
So wait, simultaneously we see Rhett and Maria driving, and there's like dust coming up, and they're like, what's that? And it's the stampede, and the stampede like comes at them, and he does some evasive driving moves, and like the two of them ram into the stanchions for the billboard that we keep seeing
Yes.
that says, what does it say? It's like something like, America thinks that everything worth knowing can be known. America
America's
is wrong.
America
It's something along those lines.
Yep.
So they're underneath that billboard that we have repeatedly seen, and they're still alive but crashed. The stampede comes for where Royal and Autumn are.
Yes.
He ducks under the overturned truck that Billy's body is still in the cab of. And he moves along with the truck itself as it gets like rammed by stampeding buffalo.
So good.
Yeah, he's
The whole time Autumn's being trampled by these buffalo.
but
or
she's
not.
She's not. Like
it looks like she is, but it is
yeah.
wild.
They come deadly close to her, but they avoid her at every step. And so the stampede finally passes. Royal gets out, checks on her, and dun dun dun.
What happened, Josh?
Break it down
Remember
for
the
us,
last
Tressa.
Oh, remember yesterday, and I mean the last episode when they got Royal and Perry got in that fight and the glass flew everywhere and it cut Amy in the forehead. Remember that? Well, let me tell you that when Royal went to go shoot Autumn in the fucking face, he saw a scar on her forehead and he realized Autumn has been Amy from the future all along.
Yeah, so there's like a, you know, and there's a little mini montage so that you cannot possibly misunderstand the meaning here.
Uh-huh.
And fair enough. Like if you just saw a scar on Autumn's forehead, you might not make the connection.
Right.
So they cut back and forth to like play it out like this is Amy getting cut. This is Autumn. This is Amy. Amy, Autumn, Autumn, Amy, Amy, Autumn. So yeah, he takes her back, puts her in bed, and he goes to the dinner table where Cecilia, she had set the table earlier. She was making a big deal about the whole family is going to have dinner together. When I was a little girl, that's what we did every single night because that's what families do. She's sitting there alone. The whole family, every single one of them is gone.
And Royal's like, blah, 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 family, blah, blah, it's fine.
Tressa, why? What's wrong with you?
As super fans know, I don't give a shit.
Super fans know that Tressa is deeply in need of a therapist. We're gonna get
so
you the
true.
help you need.
You're welcome.
So, I mean, the look of utter desolation on Lily Taylor's face is a fucking masterclass in living it, right? Like she's just one of the greatest actors of our time.
Absolutely, she's great. Love her.
She kicks over this table, which has been shown throughout the episode.
But why did she do that?
It falls in slow motion and every single thing on it crashes to the ground and shatters because the whole family's gone. Everyone's gone. Perry's gone, Rhett's gone, Amy's gone.
And the farm's gone now.
And the farm's gone. But Royal says, no, she isn't. And Cecilia is like, what? her look of wonderment and hope.
I don't even remember her reaction because that was just a banana scene. Like she was just so, it's hard to watch because goddamn, her whole world has imploded.
Yeah, she's been put through so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't even remember how she reacted.
It was with hope. So she like,
who's that?
Hope Davis, star of Next Stop Wonderland and The Imposters.
Continue.
She has a glimmer of hope in her eye. Actually, she is in a movie. She's in The Imposters with Hope Davis.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so super fans are already going to know about this because they're super fans. But I'm just going to let Tressa know about this because she should know about it.
Mm-hmm.
Stanley Tucci's big follow-up to the movie Big Night,
mm-hmm.
Which is about a restaurant making dinner
Mm-hmm.
for Louis Prima.
Mm-hmm.
He made a movie,
mm-hmm.
a big ensemble comedy
mm-hmm.
with Oliver Platt and Steve Buscemi and Billy Connor and Campbell Scott and Lily Taylor and Hope Davis and
This is too many people.
yeah, there's so many people in this, and they're all Isabella Rossellini. Shit, who's that great fucking actor he played Monk?
Oh, he's got that name. I think you mean Wings. He was in Wings.
He's also in Wings.
Shalhoub. Thank you,
Yeah, Tony.
Dustin.
Thank you, Dustin. Tony Shalhoub. There's so many people in this movie. Anyway, The Imposters follows Stanley Tucci and Oliver Platt are idiot actors in the 20s who accidentally stow away on a cruise ship, and some like great madness ensues. There's like spy plots and all sorts of things. And
Is it like It's a Mad World on a cruise ship?
no, it's
Not interested. I'm out.
It's genuinely the most like a Marx Brothers movie, but with much better contemporary timing. Yeah, it's incredible. I haven't seen it in a long time. I hope it holds up to my memory because I dearly loved it. Anyway, Lily Taylor, who starred with Hope Davis in The Imposters, has a glimmer of hope in her eyes at the news that her granddaughter, Amy, is not gone. Royal doesn't explain because there isn't time, because that's the end of season 1. What
I am mad about it.
Yeah. God, we need a season 2 so fucking badly.
Write your congressman, everybody.
You know, let's just talk about possibilities for season 2.
Oh, yeah. I like it.
Because, like, we're just two people spitballing.
Mm-hmm. Two very intelligent and very smart and very sexy people talking about season 2.
Yeah, unfortunately, those two people couldn't be here today, but the two of us are here. So we'll just do
What's
our best.
up, idiots? Let's do this.
Hey, fucking morons. So, like, the possibilities are endless because you have all of time and human history, but you've built stories around specific characters. You've built character arcs for everybody. Everybody has wants and desires and secrets.
How are they going to do the whole Sheriff Joy thing? Like, it's going to be real easy to make that seem racist.
Because she's Native American and she's seeing Native Americans?
Yeah, like, I can see them being like, oh, she's Native American, so she only wants to go back to the past because there's no future or whatever. And that would seem racist to me.
Well, I mean, she didn't choose to travel in time. If she traveled in time, and she didn't choose for time to travel to her, if that's what happened either.
Right. I'm just saying. I don't know what I'm saying.
I mean, I guess one of the things that, like, you're possibly alluding to is the idea that, like,
people will be able to choose where or when they go. I mean,
I don't think that's ever been on the table.
Shut up. It is in my head.
Okay. All right. So maybe that's a possibility, right? Like, we've seen glimpses into a future, and we haven't really discussed what kind of paradoxes or like possible alternate versions of time could exist in this world.
I don't think there are any paradoxes in this universe.
Well, not so far, but here's the thing. If Royal travels to a future and then does something and then returns to the present and does something, like, is he able to escape that future, or is that just going to happen no matter what?
See, there are many theories on time travel. And the one that I like is nothing is set in stone, even if you were to go into the future and change, like the butterfly effect is bullshit. Like it doesn't matter. You can do whatever the fuck you want. It changes stuff, but it's not going to kill people that already exist. It just creates a new timeline.
Right. So we're talking about separate tangents.
Yeah. Yes. The one I'm having and the one you were having.
But I'm saying, when you say that, like, the butterfly effect, I'm sorry, the butterfly effect is not what it's called. The butterfly effect is chaos theory. You're thinking of T is for time.
I am
I-
thinking about Ashton Kutcher and the world's best movie. I never saw that movie.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that Isaac Asimov story about time, about like
It was probably based off of that story. I never
time
actually
travel
saw it.
tourism.
Okay.
In it, like, a hunter guy goes back in time to dinosaur times, and they're like, stay on the path, you can hunt whatever you want.
I've seen The
He
Simpsons, yeah.
gets back to the future. What's up, Michael J. Fox? And um everything's different, and he sees in the tread of his shoe that he stepped on a butterfly back in dinosaur times, completely altering human history.
Right. And that's been the basis of what people had theorized would happen if you were able to travel back in time forever. But now people are like, hey, if you could do that, the timeline would just shift. It wouldn't kill anybody that exists already. It's fine.
Right. So you have multiple coexisting but not interacting alternate realities.
Yes. Like when they turned on CERN for the first time in years, and we went to a completely different universe and everything got fucked up again.
Okay, so whether or not we live in the Matrix,
We don't. That's stupid. It's just that CERN changed the timeline, you idiot.
um, how do we think CERN changed the timeline?
Okay. This is so simple, Josh. When they discovered the God particle by turning it on for the first time, the Hadron Collider for the first time, they shift, like all these other scientists were like, don't do it. Our world will explode. But it didn't. We just shifted into an alternate reality. Or it did explode. And then we all died and ended up in a whole new world because there was too many people to put in the afterlife. So they had to put us somewhere else. I'm trying.
All right, well, I'm trying to follow that.
But you know about the Hadron Collider, right?
Yep.
And you know how it destroyed everything, right?
Facts.
All right, as
It's
long as you get
it's a
it.
known fact. All right, so okay. So just getting back to outer range for a second.
Fine.
So here's what we take to be true, if in fact we can trust any of our characters to tell us the truth. Royal was born in the 1800s
Yeah.
and traveled into the 1960s through an act of combined, he was ashamed of having accidentally killed his father and trying to run away, and the earth swallowed him up, but it was like a wormhole or something into the 1960s.
So that was pretty well established that his being distraught opened up the hole. Every time that hole is in use, is someone like emotionally going through it or something? Because it kind of
That's a good
seems like
that's a good question. There is seemingly
mm,
a link to human emotion, but like, is there cause and effect there?
right.
I don't know. maybe.
Damn it, Josh.
What? I don't think we have a definitive answer on that.
So I think next season we're gonna see the cult. Obviously, we got to see the cult. We're gonna see Amy learn where her mom has been, and we will learn in turn. And Autumn dead? Autumn's not dead, is she?
No,
No.
Autumn is alive and in Amy's bedroom.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that he carried her in
Yeah.
there. Even though I'm pretty sure she got trampled pretty bad.
Well, I think she's still living.
Because that first buffalo that went over really close to her, it looked like meat was being tossed in the air when passed by her. Maybe it was just dirt. I don't know. But it looked like she had been turned into hamburger. But I don't know what I'm talking about. It's fine.
So like there's so many unanswered questions. Where did her mom go? Where did Rebecca go during that time? Was she out of time herself? Like, was she in the past or future? Was she with a cult?
I think the cult is not a religious cult. I think somebody was like, you need to get the fuck out of here. Because I don't know, dude.
Right. Why couldn't she explain herself before she left is a question. Why was it important or necessary or whatever for her to leave alone and not like was she in danger and no one else was in danger as long as she was gone? And how does that work? Because, she leaves her husband and daughter without a word.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Right. But we have no idea. We don't have any answers yet. Perry has disappeared into a hole in the ground.
Yeah, where'd he go?
He might be anywhere in time. So
Oh.
what if Perry went back earlier and becomes Rhett's or Royal's great grandfather? What if you have the grandfather paradox?
Yeah.
What if Royal's son in our time travels backwards in time to become his own great grandfather?
You're gonna make me vomit, dude. Dustin, you gotta watch this show. It is so bananas. Dustin's chatting with us. Dustin, watch Outer Range.
What is Dustin saying?
He's saying, God, this guy's an idiot that you're talking to.
Don't you put words in Dustin's mouth.
He said, wait, there's a cult now? Fine. I love bananas. I mean bananas. I misspelled bananas. That's it. I mean,
Is he talking about juicy fruit?
No, because earlier I said everything is lemon, and he said Tressa thinks all flavors are lemon. Confirmed. He's been here. He's been hanging out. He knows.
Dustin gets us. Dustin's a super fan.
Super fan number 1. I mean 3, because you and I are number 1 and 2.
So what's going on with, we see an Indian village, like a tribe. We have heard about woolly mammoths.
I want to see a woolly mammoth.
What's the deal with Luke and his mom kissing on the lips?
What's the deal
What's
with incest?
Or not it did.
I know it's not at all, but it was still
didn't seem like
weird.
incest, but it also didn't seem like okay.
Right. It was weird, but it wasn't as gross as it could have been.
So let's just take a second to admire the work of those two actors for making something that was seemingly not incest, but still fucking very upsetting.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know how they did that, but they are very talented people.
Yes, kudos. Let's also, while we're at it, give kudos to Billy and Autumn for the grossest, spittiest makeout sessions of anything I've watched ever.
Okay, so hold on a second. Let's just talk about Billy and Autumn for a second.
Okay.
Earlier in the season, Billy gave Amy, young Amy, a ride in the truck,
Hmm.
and like he had some dip or something and offered her some, and she's like, no thanks. And then he's just singing along to something,
Hmm.
and she's sitting there like watching him. So then later, when that same human is now an adult with Billy, and the two of them are like making out and having a relationship, there's something there, right? Like young Amy grew up to be Autumn and had like a crush on the older, you know, she had like
Did
a child,
she?
she had like, I don't know. I mean, she didn't express that, but I feel like he was kind to her, like even though like their families were feuding, like he gave her a ride. Like he wasn't a creep giving her a ride. He was like a
No.
nice person giving her a ride.
He's he's an enigma, that guy.
He is. He's very strange.
I can't tell if he is super super smart and just fucking with everybody, or if he's kind of an idiot but also lovable, or maybe both. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think that this is, you've seen Schitt's Creek, right? Like
Yeah, yeah.
you're familiar with his work on that show.
See, that's why I like him.
He's because he's played gay, and he's expressed human emotions
As a gay person. Yep.
as a gay
So I like him.
character. So you're predisposed to enjoy him. All right, cool. Um Noah Reed's just like a really fucking talented actor, because that's a super strange character.
Oh
How
my
do you make
God.
that be a real person but do all that weird stuff and not make it alienating for an audience?
And I gotta say, I would not have expected that from him after watching Schitt's Creek. Such completely different characters, obviously, but it almost seemed like it was too easy of a role in Schitt's Creek, if that makes any sense. Like he's just a guy in Schitt's Creek. He's just like a guy. I didn't feel like he had a ton
What do
of
you
depth.
mean?
I don't feel like that character in Schitt's Creek had a ton of depth to him. He did, but like he just seemed like an average dude.
Okay, so let me just go through what I remember about that character.
Mm,
He has previously been engaged to a woman. He's never had a gay relationship. He moves to this town, falls in love with a guy. They have like, they're sort of an odd couple. Like one's a free spirit and one is a by the books type of person, and they mesh very well together. And um his relationships with other characters on the show are nuanced. Like he doesn't get along with everyone that well, but mostly he does. um Shit, what's the name of that character from the Jazzagals that does not like him no matter what he does?
I don't know.
She's like a contractor, and
I know who you're talking about. I don't remember her character's
oh,
name.
she's so good. I love how deadpan that actress is.
Yeah, she's great.
She's amazing. I mean, so here's the thing, like that show is like just so brilliantly cast.
Yeah.
Um and it's sort of I think that the way they handle storytelling is a less is more and trusting in like high level writing and high level performance to carry stuff. So like, you know, as Banana's a character, as Catherine O'Hara's character is in that show, that's like kind of how off the wall Billy is in Outer Range.
Yes.
But because they're really fucking smart performers, they find a way to make it all work. Right?
Agree. Fact.
So yeah, so just getting back to him and Autumn having super spitty kisses.
It's so gross.
I think that like some aspect of that is she's still a 9-year-old girl.
Yeah, dude. Ew.
I mean, no, like
No.
like she's aged to be like she's
She's
aged
the
naturally.
appropriate age.
She's the appropriate age, but like some aspect of her is like a kid. And I guess like maybe some aspect of him is just like Arrested Development, possibly.
A spoiled rich kid who didn't need to grow up.
I guess so. I mean, maybe there's more to it, or I don't know. I don't really know, but
Sure.
I would love answers.
Nope.
And I just would love to know, like, did Amy as a kid have a crush on him and then later get
She
to
seemed real creeped out by him when he was giving her a ride. Like,
I honestly I think that so that young actress, I think that her response to him was completely neutral, and it's up to you to decide.
just like that. Never mind, I'm not gonna start that again.
No, I mean I think that like that's again, we have a really high level performer here. That young kid gives us very little, which is difficult because like an actor reacting, like how do you draw back your reaction to things so that it's not too exaggerated, it's not too melodramatic. And my recollection of her in that scene is just very neutral, like unreadable.
I can see that.
um
I don't know. I felt like she was creeped out, but that could also very much be me projecting if I had been a 9-year-old girl and a dude picked me up in a truck.
well, they know each other,
I know.
they're neighbors, they're not like
I
strangers
know.
to each other.
I know, but she also has like, she knows him. So she knows he's a weirdo. And I just,
Oh, also,
mhm,
the night of that Trevor gets killed and
mm,
Luke and Billy go to the house all drunk,
yeah.
even when they're like demanding to come in the door,
He was,
he says hi to her, just
yeah,
in a nice way.
yeah, yeah.
Not in a creepy way, not
Mm-mm.
in a mean way. Just he says hello.
I like Billy.
I like Billy too. Honestly, I like all these characters for
Yeah.
lots of different reasons.
Except Perry. Perry can get fucked.
Really? Is that how you feel?
Fuck him, dude. Seriously, fuck him. He fucked everyone in his family multiple times over.
He thought
He was wrong.
he was wrong, but he thought that because Autumn was spun out and going to turn in his dad, he had to make the confession. He thought that was the best move.
I totally forgot that Perry and Autumn went clubbing that one time.
Yeah, so he's out with his daughter.
Yes.
And she keeps asking him about his wife.
Oh, that's right.
Every step of the way, she's like, do you have a picture of her? How long have you been married? All this, like, that's her line of conversation with him.
I gotta rewatch this now. I gotta rewatch all of it, see everything that I
Right?
missed. Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
And in episode 1, Amy at church drew a picture of what she thought heaven looked like. And it was like her and the family and a bunch of other people all in yellow shirts. It's literally the scene of the future,
Mm-hmm.
but like drawn by a child.
Hot damn.
Yeah. So what happened to Royal's family that he left in the 1800s?
Great question.
Where in time is Perry? Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Whatever happened to Rebecca?
Where's Waldo?
Or if you're from the United Kingdom, where's
I am not.
Wally?
Blech. Hey, how is he able to? Okay, Luke is digging holes,
Yeah.
and the audience, including myself, were like, "What an idiot! You can't dig for a magic hole, you stupid idiot." How did that work? I'm not asking you. I'm saying I want that answer too.
Yeah, I think that's a fair question because it's like up until this point, we have known the magic time stuff to be a mysterious and perfectly spherical pit that goes on forever,
Mhm.
or B, it's like a weird substance that's either trapped in a rock or trapped in amber.
Right. I I'm
And we saw Autumn when she was camping on the land, like she was digging and she was like taking back rocks as samples. But I don't think she ever struck the mother lode because we would have known it. But Luke somehow just like hits a vein of the stuff. And Joy finds a random stream of it running along the ground.
because it's at French.
Because it's on Frank's ranch.
Yeah. He's not crazy after all. He just is a little bit crazy.
No, he's super weird, but like, who is that guy? He's got a crow for a pet.
I know.
How great is that?
That's pretty great. That's pretty great.
Yeah.
Maybe
Are
it's
we
a
ever
road.
going to get like any more explanation for Wayne's love of Clamato?
Oh God, I hope so.
Like, why was he so into it? Is that just a character thing? Is that like a thing that people in Wyoming are into?
God, I
Um,
hope not.
Patricia, his ex-wife, like, what's her life in Aspen all about? And like, who is she? God, like, the more I think about that character,
Hmm.
the more I'm fascinated by her because, like, from the moment she steps on screen, I'm terrified of her.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that actress is amazing. I'm really blown away by every single person on screen in this show. And I think I don't know what the fuck happens. Like, what's the deal with that one buffalo with um, you know, arrows in its side
Or
that,
were the
keeps
arrows from
popping
the
up?
past? Is this buffalo from the past? What happened to the guy with the stuff that was going to take the land away from?
Oh, the county assessor
Yeah,
guy?
yeah, yeah. That guy.
As far as I know, that dude died in a car accident, but
Yeah,
since it's
but
never addressed, who the fuck knows?
off camera deaths never count to me. You need
Off
to
off
show
camera deaths
me.
are highly suspect.
Yes, thank you.
Um So yeah, I'm just okay. So here's the thing. If you wanted to do a season 2 of
Yeah.
this show,
Who, me?
yeah, us. I
Okay.
mean, we're here spitballing, like talking about what ifs.
Uh-huh.
There's no reason why you have to pick up where this one left off.
Oh, come on. What are you talking about? Are we going to the past? Are we going to the future? Are we going to a different town? What are you talking about?
All those things are possibilities. Think
I don't
about like,
like it.
did you ever watch the show Fargo?
I did not.
Oh my God. It's so good. We should
Oh
watch
my
it.
God, you fucking idiot. Out of here.
So, first of all, that's an amazing show with an amazing, amazing cast. Every season is set years or decades apart from each other in different places with different people, and there are tiny little crossovers that link them all to each other that are very satisfying.
Oh, that's nice.
So, like, did you ever watch The Wire? Okay, so The Wire in season 2 like almost completely drops, it drops like half of what season 1 had been about, and focuses on a totally different aspect of corruption in Baltimore.
Okay.
So Outer Range could focus on a whole new set of characters
Mm-mm.
that have some relationship with the time goop. You could go backwards to the 1800s and have a whole season that takes place back then. You could jump to a future that may or may not exist.
I tell you what,
How does Autumn have all this money?
you know why? You know how? You know why? Because the farm got put up for sale because they lost the farm slash ranch or whatever you want to call it. And she bought it up in the future. And then she made money from that magic stuff. And she came back with magic money. I don't know.
Hold on a second. You might be right about some aspect of this. So let's just postulate here. She has money from an unknown source. It could be that. So now, this gets complicated. Okay, so in present day, Autumn has a trust fund with millions of dollars, and we think she's on the phone with her mom. She says mom. We think
Right.
that's her mom. So maybe her mom, when she disappeared, went to the future and got money and brought it into the past.
Oh, 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 oh. Here's
You
what it
got some
is.
ideas?
Here's what it is.
Yeah.
One of them went to the past, opened up a savings account in one of their names, and it's been accruing interest for God knows how long. So now they're billionaires. That's it. End of story.
I mean, maybe,
I don't
like
know.
I
It's got something to do with the ranch. And I know because she wanted to buy it, she found out that it was up for bond, and she was like, I need the money because I'm going to buy the ranch. That never played out in that last episode, but I guarantee that's where it was headed.
yeah, I mean, I think it's gotta be either what you're saying, like they created something in the past that would pay off in the future.
They
Uh
bet on Brett at the rodeo, and
they
then
bet on Rhett at the rodeo.
that's why the rodeo's so important.
Maybe
Uh,
that's a pretty good idea.
Thank you.
I mean, like, it's as good as anything, right?
Yes.
All right. So listen, this has been a marathon episode. This is definitely all
You
the
know
time we
what?
have left.
we had a lot to talk about,
We
and
had
we're
a lot
still
to
not
talk
done.
about. Yeah. I mean, we could talk about this show all day and all night. If we could do a rewatch and do a whole new season on the same season.
I'm sorry. Dustin is talking shit about my time theories because I'm contradicting myself, but he's fully unaware that he is wrong and I'm right all the time. He also wants to fry up some time goop and have a time omelet, a tomlet. So, God damn it, Dustin. We've been
Tomlet
talking
sounds pretty
so
good.
long that it's like the fire is burned out. It's kind of older. It's morning now. It's like such it. We've been doing this for so long, Josh.
You motherfucker. Look, Dustin's on my side. The show is called On Fire Tonight.
Yeah, but we've been talking so long. It's like the next day.
You fucking idiot. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. Cue the outro.
Oh, okay. I gotta push some buttons.